Good evening, everyone, dear viewers of the RFL F1 channel. Today, you're joining us for round 5 of season 11. And it's looking good today. We have many drivers present for today. We have 17 drivers, I believe. That's the highest count we've had this season so far, I think. And, of course, Cal is here. I'm joined by the beautiful Mr. Cal.
Hello, I have some information for you.
Please.
At Bahrain, we actually had 18 drivers.
Well, I apologize for this misinformation then. I love how
Apology, very much accepted.
And cheers, Mr. Cal, for bringing up that information at lightning speed. Was impressively quick. It's good to have Cal here, who's very informed about RFL in general. He knows a lot about what happened in the past, and I think when if he tells something from the past, I think all of you should listen because it's most likely something very very important or interesting. So
I've done the standing and stuff for a while. So yeah.
Indeed, we appreciate. Give a big thanks to Cal, who takes time to get all the information and make the standings. Without him, wouldn't be as nice as it is now. Always appreciative of Cal's standings and IT work he does behind the scenes. Obviously, so now we're Silverstone. It's wet. It's raining.
McRains.
We've got rain here.
We do indeed.
But I would love to see the actual thing, the weather forecast. If it's gonna stay wet, or it's gonna dry up towards the end. I'd like to see that. Obviously, tires.
If hypothetically it was to dry up, we could just see absolutely no action until the end, which would
be a bit. It would be a bit boring.
It wouldn't be ideal. Let's put it that way. Oh,
but we do have
there's one's coming out.
There's a few cars coming out, indeed. So it does seem like actually it's gonna get worse. The conditions is what I take from this because everyone is exiting at the same exact time. There's a bit of a contact there with the Aston Martin. I can't see what's going on. It should be fine. Cameras are glitched a little bit. So, first driver out on track should be... who's first on track? Is it Tom? It's not Tom. It's Kate Harrier. No, it's not. Who's the blue car?
It'll be Clumby, I think.
It is Clumby. So, Clumby... Yes. First car on track for today's qualifying session. Also, another thing I'd like to mention is that the championship standings, we're going to mention them after qualifying. We're going to go through the list. As he runs a little bit wide there through Cops, not saying the other word. It's going to be difficult to not mention that. Right. Let's go on board with him for his lap. He's obviously the first driver who's going to set a timed lap unless he invalidates, of course, but hopefully that's not the case. We want to see clean laps from everybody. Just to get rid of the telemetry because we don't really need it for qualifying. Starts his lap now through turn 1. Usually a flat out corner in the dry, but obviously in the wet it's a bit different, it's a bit trickier. Everything is a bit more difficult to keep on track. He runs a bit wide, keeps it on the track though. Down the second straight into the old final corner. Used to be the old start finish straight. Slides a little bit on exit. Car obviously a bit difficult to control under these conditions. Let's go see Cops. Quite nicely, but he runs a bit wide, and that's an invalidation for him, indeed.
Invalidation. Yep.
The next car on track is one of the Haas's, I think. It is Lord James, indeed. He is on a lap. It's not invalidated, so can't go off board or on board. It's stuck with the on board.
It is invalidated now, though.
Yep, I was about to say.
Heading through the chapel corner and onto the higher straight.
The next driver who is on a lap is, I think, one of the Aston Martins, which is Inns. Inns is the next car who's on a lap. Because EBI is on an out lap, you can see him on the mini map. Something's happened. Has Lord James spun? Oh, that's not good. Get out of the way,
has indeed.
Get out of the way quickly. That was a bit tricky there. Inns was the next driver who was going to set a lap time. Did he? Fastest lap. We're not seeing any laps done yet. There you go.
Two across the line. Sigma Alonso 34.9.
Oh, it was Skullkiller. It wasn't Inns. So, a little bit of a misunderstanding there. Because Lesko goes second fastest, 4 tenths behind Sigma Alonso. Just call him Alonso. I think Finns is going to start a lap. No, he's going to finish a lap. Let's go on board with him. Let's see. Wow, he has a massive snap of oversteer, but that doesn't stop him from going provisionally fastest of all. Next car heading towards the grid is one of the Alpines. It's Panic.
5-place grid penalty for Sigma Alonso. Collision with Vesper Jupiter.
I've not managed to catch that, unfortunately, but Panic goes fastest, surprisingly. I mean, to be fair, he did show a lot of pace in wet conditions last week around in Canada. Fortunately, race didn't go his way. An accident happened between him and another driver. I cannot remember which one it is. I think Vapid is. He's invalidated his lap.
Invalidated.
Oh, EBI is spun.
Driver for tonight. Start. He is on a lap. Goes a bit wide at Cops corner, but he manages to still keep his lap time valid as he heads now into the higher straight.
First appearance for the new Red Bull driver. Through the final section he goes. Quite a tricky one, especially in the wet. See, not take that curb too much. He actually stays off of it a little bit.
It's very easy to get on the power a bit too much or too early in the final corner.
Goes sixth fastest,
for the Red Bull
ahead
driver,
of K Target.
36.0.
Vesper Jupiter is on a lap. Deton is on a lap as well. As is EBI. I think he is on a lap. The rest, other than that, don't think anyone really is on one. Maybe Finns. Finns seems to be on a lap. Sigma Alonso as well. Although his ERS deployment is a bit low. Let's see. Did he improve on his lap time? Won't be able to see it just yet. He exits the Meggett and Beckett section down the hangar straight. I think this is the hangar straight, right? It's not.
Yes.
Hamilton straight is the start and finish one. So into the final couple of corners, he goes into the pits. So he wasn't on a lap, indeed. So Finns is the other driver. I'm pretty sure he is on a lap. He's up by 0.3 of a second in sector 2. On board with the New Zealand the driver from New Zealand into the final few corners. Very tricky chicane, takes it quite nicely, just taps the sausage curb quite nicely. Not too much that it sends his car flying, and across the line.
Fins goes quickest, 34.3. The reigning champion of RFL, and he provisionally puts himself on the front row of the grid.
Tom Gorian, who's just set a lap time, has gone 4th fastest with a 35.204. Clumby getting out of the way there nicely, letting the drivers pass. Let's go on board with Lord James. He just started his lap. We've got a caution flag, a yellow flag, and it's gone now, so we have still just about 8 minutes and a half left of this session to go. Kind of lap time he does. Nothing, doesn't tell us. He's not done one yet. He spun on over the finish line. He damaged his car, so he's had to go into the pits and replace his front wing. Towards Cops he goes. Let's go aboard. Let's see if he can go flat. No. Oh, he takes it a bit wide because he's gone on the grass a little bit. Don't know if that was an ideal line. Don't think he's improving that much there. Through Meggetts and Beckett's, a beautiful section of corners. Very tricky in the wet. Let's see, what does he do? Minimap says it's purple, but we cannot trust that because everyone goes purple for some reason whenever they're setting a lap time.
That is, you're not wrong there. You're not wrong there.
I always get excited when I see, or when I do a qualifying lap. I see, oh, it's purple, but it's actually not. You never know when it is actually purple. Across the line he goes, and only goes 5th fastest. An entire second behind SFR Fins. Panic is on an outlap. I want to see what he does, because he's very rapid around here in these conditions at the moment. Ooh, he needs to get out of the way there. Clumby, I think, was... No, it wasn't Clumby. It was Dr. Mo, sorry. He was on a lap. No, he's on an outlap. It just... I'm not on it today. Just not on it today.
Yeah, Colonel Panic sitting on the front row of the grid currently, so doing a very good job indeed in the AlphaTauri car. Few drivers still yet to set a lap time.
So Fresh and Vapid still need to set a proper lap time, and I think Vapid is on a very good lap. I think just he's about to end it. Let's see what he does, because he's good. Oh, he slides across the line, and that's a 34.8. Puts his car in 3rd place, just about half a second behind SFR Fins in the lead. So decent lap, very good lap from Vapid there. Could have done the final corner a bit better there, as Panic has already invalidated his lap time before he's even started it. So unlucky there. Fortunate. Fins has just come out of the pits as Lord James.
Oh, Lord James goes provisional pole.
I didn't
by
see.
12 thousandths of a second, so very close.
I didn't see him do another
on the
lap
front row.
there. So now just both Aston Martins need to do a lap time now. Last, Panic goes off the track there, but obviously his lap is already invalidated. Are we seeing Sigma Alonso? He's starting his lap. He's on an out lap. He's going for it now, starting his lap ahead of Fins. You can see on the mini-map he's going through. He's going just past now the hangar straight. Sigma Alonso, who showed some very decent pace last week in qualifying, but in the race he just kind of disappeared after making contact with his teammate on the first lap. can't go off board with it. Now we can. Sector 1 didn't show up there. Fins has Fins started? No, it's not started. That was EBI going into the pits. So Fins is just now past the hangar straight. He's going to start his lap pretty soon. Through Cops goes Alonso in the meantime.
Yeah, Vesper Jupiter setting his first lap time of the session and putting his car up into P6 with a 35-1.
It's quite close to the field, it seems like. Top 10 are pretty close to each other, especially from P5 onwards. But we will see if Alonso can make a statement today. Once again, in qualifying was very decent last week. They qualified pretty well. See, across the line. Oh, he goes provisional pole position. Very interesting.
Yep, by nearly 0.3 of a second as well. So
that's a very good lap time there. Maybe conditions are starting to improve a little bit. Do you think? Is that the case, or was it just pure? From the driver alone there.
And the conditions could be getting better. The rain doesn't look too heavy, so
yeah, it doesn't look as heavy as the beginning of the session. Yeah, you're right. That's what I thought.
A little quicker.
Fins is on a lap. He's going through. Oh, he barely didn't. Oh, he barely messed his lap up there. He almost cut the corner. He's up by half a second on his personal best. He could go into the 30s if he can manage to get this lap time together and make. Oh no, he goes into the pit lane.
Goes up to P6, just ahead of his teammate, and now is everyone.
Why did he go into the pits?
First lap times.
I don't understand why he's gone into the pits. He was improving by half a second.
Maybe wanting to get some fresh tires.
Don't think he has the time
last run
though.
at the end of the session.
I don't think he has the time to do that though. Obviously the pit lane is very, very long around there.
Yeah, it would have to be pretty quick. Yeah, that's very true.
A couple of cars are starting to go out again. As K-Tire sets the fastest lap by a mile and a half. He's half a second in front of Alonso. So maybe it was the right call. So it probably was the right call from Fins to pit in for fresh tyres now. Because look, the rain has stopped completely. And whoever crosses the line for the final time to start a lap, I think is going to have the advantage here. Because, oh, he slides. Although he has done his lap time already. Ooh, something's... Oh no, never mind. Let's see, Deton, I think, is on a lap. He improves, I think, just by 90 thousandths of a second. EBI has done something. He's not moving from... Oh, what has Fins done? Oh, Fins is corner cutting the entire track, trying to. I think he's got enough time. Maybe he's got enough time.
Only a minute to go in the session. So.
Yeah, but the thing is, if he doesn't watch out and corner cuts too much, he could get he could get next lap invalidated before he even starts.
Yeah,
so he needs to.
That is true.
He needs to look out for that. Lord James has started his lap. His final run of the day into sector 1. He's 2/10 up. EBI has retired from the set. He's starting 16th. Oh, there's a car in the way. Oh no, that was EBI's AI car that was in the way there. I think that's the second time that's happened to him, that his car gets in the way of somebody in qualifying. I think. Don't quote me on that.
But Fins doesn't make the line. Doesn't make
Fins
it in
doesn't
time.
make it. Yeah, he didn't make it. You can see it on the left-hand side of your screen that he does have the checkered flag on his name. So maybe it was a better idea to finish the lap time that way, the one he was
Lord
already on.
James, he is improving on his time by 6/10 of a second after the secondary line and is approaching the final sequence of corners. So what
Wonder if he can get
will
pole
he be able to
position
do?
here. A little bit wiggly, does he? Is it enough? It is. Oh, and he improves even more. He absolutely destroys the field. K-Tarrier's got
Vapid
nothing.
9/10 up on his time.
Where's Vapid? Vapid
Tom
is...
Goring goes third, I think that was.
Tom is indeed in third.
Vapid
Vapid goes
takes third
now.
away.
So qualifying is very close indeed. Vesper Jupiter is, I think, also on a lap time, as well as Skull Killer. Skull Killer is the first one to complete his lap time. Is it gonna be? What is it gonna be? It's 7th. It's gonna be 7th place. Because Lesko goes into the pits.
And
yeah,
Vesper
so,
Jupiter up to P6 as well.
Fins, by not completing his lap time, drops all the way down to P7. So I reckon completing the lap time would have been good enough for him to still be in 3rd or 4th. But instead, he's gone into the pits and he's kind of shot himself in the knee, in a way, by doing what he did instead of completing the lap time, risking it to get another one in with fresher tires. Yeah, but it's not ideal for him. We are still waiting on somebody. I think it's Lesko in the pit lane. Yeah, he just retires right now. And yeah, Fins has just said in the chat that he's very good at not leaving himself enough time for the final run. Oh yeah, Alonso has a 5-place grid penalty in as well, so he's starting in 10th. I think that promotes everyone behind him up until Kislesko up a position.
What's that? Is it not? Is it 10th he goes down to?
Wait, so one position is 6, 2, 7, 3, 8. Yeah, he goes down to P10.
Yeah.
But there you have it. The grid for today's RFL Silverstone race. Lord James takes pole position in front of ahead of K-Tarrier. Vapid and Tom in 3rd and 4th respectively. It's Alonso in 5th, but he's going to drop down. Jupiter, Finn, Skullkiller, Colonel Panic, Kislesko, Start, Cracks. And I think that was... I couldn't finish standings just yet. But yeah, we have a few minutes time until the race starts, and it's a beautiful day in game, looks like. And I'm going to take this chance to mention that the championship standings are looking very interesting at the moment, and today's race could swing into anyone's favor at the top of the championship. So I am gonna bring it up right now. Where is it? Cal, where are the standings? I can't find them. Cal? Hello?
Hello, everyone. And
Where do we have the standings? Because I can't find them. In the Discord.
they are in the championship standings section.
Yeah, I don't see it though.
Shall I run through the order in that?
Yeah, if you have it, because I don't have it. I don't have it myself.
Okie dokie. So,
We may have to look into that after.
um, so in the driver standings currently, it is Mr. Tom Gorian who leads the way on a total of 72 points. Um, he has Lord James 22 in second position on 65. Scott W is third on 60. Then it is Vapid on 50 points, getting that race victory last time out at Canada. Fifth is TRC Detail. He is on 35 points after a third place finish in Canada. Kizlesko is sixth in the other McLaren along with Detail. He's on 27 points. On 25 points is the Ferrari of SoFresh with WF1 Physical just 1 point behind him in the Red Bull on 24 points. Then it is TM Kirby in the AlphaTauri car on 16 points. And rounding out the top 10 is Dr. Mo in the Williams on 15 points. Then in P11 it is reigning champion Finns, who is on 10 points, along with Mr. Makatak and Sigma Alonso, also on 10 points. On 9 points, it is Inns in the Aston Martin. He's followed by LTK Tari, who is on 8 points, and on 7 points, it is EBI and myself, both sharing 16th position in the standings. Then it is Clumby on 6 points, with Vesper Jupiter on 2 points, and Kernel Panic with a singular point. As we see the grid appearing in front of our very eyes for
Just in time, indeed.
the formation lap to start, as Mr. Lord James takes us away on it. Are you also interested in hearing the Constructors' Championship so far?
Yeah, sure. Talk us through. Cal.
Okay, so we've got a very tasty top three at the moment shaping up with Ferrari leading the way on 85 points. Then on 83 points it is Haas, and then on 80 points it is Alpine. So 5 points separating the top three in the constructors' standings at the moment. In fourth it's
tasty.
McLaren on 62, with Mercedes on 50. Both AlphaTauri and Red Bull are on 24 points. Then it's Aston Martin 21, Alfa Romeo 17, and then Williams on 13 points.
It's gonna be a very interesting. Unfortunately, for you mentioned that Scott was on 62 points. Am I correct? Or 60?
60, I believe. Yeah.
Unfortunately, Scott has missed last week, is going to miss today and next week as well. So that's going to put a massive dent in his championship chances, unfortunately. As we go on board with Lord James, warming up the tyres quite aggressively. It's the same way, it reminds me of the way Kimi Raikkonen used to warm up the tyres, by inducing a lot of understeer into, by turning in heavily. Still understeering a little bit, so that causes the tires to warm up quite nicely. It's a cool technique he used to use back in the day. Just a fun fact. The grid is still quite close. Kate Tarrier in second place. He's gonna try his best to win today's race. Obviously, our partners, Papa Champs, he did win the previous two races last Monday, both Spanish Grand Prix races, finishing quite dominantly. in the lead. So both races, but that is for another time, as I cannot see the red lights, unfortunately, but it is about to start as the British Grand Prix is on the way. A great start from Lord James. Fins gains a position already. Everybody seems to be going clean through turn 1, no accidents so far. K-Tar is being attacked by Vapid down the inside. Vapid goes. He has a look. Fins is already up into P4. An amazing start from the Alfa Romeo driver, as K-Tarrier is trying to stay around the outside of Vapid into the old final turn. Vapid around the outside, cannot stick it, unfortunately. They're still going sort of side by side towards Cops, but no, indeed, K-Tarrier retakes the position. Further back, Fins has managed to climb all the way up to P4. He's already putting pressure on Vapid for P3. Gained 2 places. He was supposed to start P7. There's a crash at the back. One of the McLarens, Deton, has had an accident. Oh, down the inside goes Fins off Vapid. He turns it. Oh, they make contact. Hopefully no damage done for the two. But Tom manages to go through in the meantime as well. He takes the chance and is up to maybe P3. No, it doesn't make it work, but that allows Fins to go around the outside and Panic to have a look down inside of Tom Gorian. Tom's just lost 2 positions. He's starting on the softs as well. Those tires will not last very long, but they will give him a little bit of a boost in terms of performance. Quite a lot of drivers on the hards. You can see in the background there, it's Alonso trying to go around the outside, switches it down the inside of Skull Killer. That was an unexpected spot to get the lead, but it has been proving once again that Cops is a place where you can go side by side if you leave each other enough space. So didn't see that coming, didn't expect that to happen, but Lord James now looks around the outside. Gets past K-Tarrier once again. So he's handed the overtake back immediately. But yeah, we'll have to I'll have to pay more attention to that because there's a lot going on at the moment. Most of the drivers are within half a second of each other. So a lot's happening at the moment. It's not easy to keep up with what's going on track. So this is maybe why sometimes I cannot always catch everything. Tom Gorian with the DRS flies past him. Goes down the inside a la Vettel, but Vapid does not agree with that. He says, no, I'm not going to let you through that easily, and he regains the place. And that overtake may unsettle Tom a little bit because he's going to get put under pressure by Panic, but in the meantime we're going to see Fins was trying it. He was having a look around the outside, but he didn't, as Vapid has a penalty for corner cutting as well, so not going well at the moment is the race of the Scotsman in the Mercedes, as Fins opens the DRS and blasts past K-Tarrier very easily there. Obviously nothing much to do there, as Tom also blasts past Vapid at the same time. K-Tarrier now drops into P3 and Vapid drops to P5 with a 3-second time penalty on his head after just 3 laps. Not good, as Fins sets the fastest lap time. And this is what I was hoping for today, that somebody may challenge James in pure pace in the dry, and we have that driver present right now in the shape of Fins in the Alfa Romeo. We don't have a good off-board shot, unfortunately. Let's go on board with the driver from New Zealand. Something's happened. There's yellow flags at the back. Right now, towards Cops we go, the old start-finish straight. Do they do full throttle? Yes, they do indeed make it full throttle. Nice to see. 7th gear, 8th gear now, down to 7th. Look at Fins, how much he closes up into the corners here. Look at that. Beautiful amount of space on the Alfa Romeo. Look, he's weaving a bit. He's changing lanes. Let's see. Fins goes down the inside of James and takes the lead. After just 4 laps, from P6 on the grid is now Fins in P1. Let's see if he can get away from the Haas driver. Keitaria is looking close again. Seems to be slipping and sliding a little bit. Tom Gorian is not getting away. Panic is showing some nice amount of pace as Star gets a penalty for exceeding track limits. Let's go on board with Fins. Look at the rear wing of the kick Alfa Romeo racing team. Got a lot of straight line speed on that Haas. It seems like he gains a lot in the braking zone. You can just see how Keitaria is also waiting in the background there. Trying to charge up his DRS a little bit. Just try and keep up and stay within DRS and manage his tires, managing his fuel, managing his ERS. See what ERS they are on actually. Talking about ERS, Keitaria needs to manage it a little bit because he's on 6% and he's almost out of DRS range. Fins is on 62% while James is only 24 now. Let's go on board with Fins once again. Is he gonna close up the gap? Oh, he uses a little bit. He's forced to use a bit of ERS towards the end of the straight, but it's not enough for James to be able to overtake him, as Tom Gorian has Panic and Skullkiller on his rear wing. Go on board with him. He's got quite a big train of cars behind him at the moment. Alonso on the hard tires, by the way, as well. Very close to this small train of cars. We're trying to look into the lead as well. The gap is 0.3 of a second. We'll move in with them soon enough, as we don't get a good onboard shot. There's no onboard. Yep, I'm not getting a good off-board shot, unfortunately, because the game likes to force you on many on-board cameras. But it looks like as the two Mercedes are trying to go side by side, Skullkiller is being attacked by his teammate. Down the inside, Vapid goes and makes the overtake stick. Tom really being put under pressure now. Those soft tires are not working very well at the moment. 6 laps and 20 to go. You can see that the medium tire is definitely working a bit better. I'm going to go back with the lead because this is where we have to look now through DRS opening zone. On board with Fins. Goes alongside and gets passed by James. James gets into the lead once again. So quite close race at the moment. But obviously James using a lot of ERS. In the meantime, while we were watching that pass for the leads, Tom Gorian has conceded position to Panic, who has some very good pace today, showing very promising consistency at the moment in terms of lap time, getting past Tom. But Tom, obviously, with the DRS and a bit of slipstream, he's going to be able to stay close as he gains a lot of time into the braking zone, almost rear-ending the AlphaTauri driver. Let's go on board with Tom in the Alpine. DRS is open. No ERS deployment is being used by Tom. So he's playing it calm. He's being patient. Massive train, massive battle for P4 at the moment. But we will move back into the lead because Finn's is really close. Finn's on 81% ERS. Deployment available to his liking. He opens the DRS. Is he going to be able to close the gap? No, he's not. He's going to stay behind one more. As Tom Gorian gets past Panic once again. So DRS passing each other at the moment. One lap after the other as Inns gets past Star in the Red Bull. You can see that on the left hand side of your screen. K Tarrier has dropped down a little bit behind, 7/10 off of P2, but still within DRS range. Needs to try and recover some of that ERS deployment, because that's going to be crucial towards the end of this race especially. On board with Lord James in the Haas. Looking at Finn's. The Alfa Romeo getting closer and closer during braking zones. Indeed, yeah. Fins is getting closer and closer. There's a yellow flag. I think that was for Dr. Mo, I believe. Yes, it is. Indeed it is, as Mo actually has lost his wing. EBI's done something. He's done it. EBI's gone into the pits. Oh, and he's also got a speeding penalty on top. Oh no, that was Star. That was Star. Apologies. Wait, no. No, EBI did get a penalty for speeding, right? Alright. EBI this morning feeling quite good for today's race. He was feeling like he could get a podium today if things went his way, and that doesn't seem to be going his way though anymore. Yeah, did mention it in the chat. Felt like today was the day for a podium. Unfortunately, at the moment doesn't seem to be the case, and now that 5-second time penalty is slapped on top of his race time. It's not going to help. And it's not good for the morale either, as Finn's... Sorry? Ooh. Around the outside, we're gonna have a Perez and Leclerc moment here, but no, it's clean. No bad, you know. That is correct. You could get away. Like you said, safety cars can happen around here. Oh, there's a little bit of a tap on the rear end. Was that from Panic to Vapid? Rear-ending him a little bit. Not too sure. As Star gets another penalty for track limits. Yeah, at the moment the lead also is pretty close. K Tarrier is struggling a little bit, just a little bit, in terms of trying to stay close, and ERS management is really pushing it as he runs wide. His lights flashing, obviously. As K Tarrier gets a penalty. Very easy to get penalties on this track. Especially... Tom into the pits. Ooh, a little bit of a wiggly moment there for So Fresh in the Ferrari. Tom has pitted onto the mediums, so he's 14, 15, just 16 laps should be doable. He's done 11 on the softs, on heavy fuel load, so I think he should be able to do. Once it's the second time it's happened, So Fresh gets a penalty, and so both getting one. Something. Yeah, it seems to be a trend now. Getting many drivers starting getting penalties. Again, it is a difficult track to not corner cut. It's very easy to do so. But so far, ooh, James is coming up very close to Fins, but it's not enough to take the lead. K-Tarrier is steadily dropping down as Vapid is being attacked by Panic in the AlphaTauri. Side by side they go. Vapid closes the door very aggressively there, as let's see what tire he's gonna put on. We'll see that. I think he's gonna put on. Yes, he's gone on the hard tires, as Klondike also gets a 3-second time penalty. True. Let's actually go and see. Let's go and see. Where's Tom Gorian? Ooh, look at Skull Killer though. Tom Gorian is still behind by quite a margin, still 5 seconds. He's closed the gap a little bit. The gap is 4 seconds. Yeah, he's on mediums while K-Tarrier is on the hards. He's gonna take a while to warm them up. But so far so good, as James is really close to Fins this time around. Passes him easily with the DRS and retakes the lead. So far, we don't know who's going to win the race at the moment. As looked like James was about to head into the pits there. Ooh, Panic slows down quite a bit there, and it's just a little bit of a misunderstanding there, yeah, by the Mercedes drivers. James likes to weave quite a bit there. I think that is James waving aggressively to avoid, to keep Fins away from the slipstream. But it doesn't deter Wu, as Dr. Mo gets a penalty for corner cutting. DRS for Fins. This time Fins is a bit further back. Alonso is really close to Panic though for third place. Alonso down the inside on the harder tyre makes the move stick and moves up into P3. So it's a Haas 2 and 3 at the moment as James goes into the pits. What tyres he will put on. Cal, your audio is not on the stream. Cal. Cal, have you managed to get your audio in?
Yes.
So I don't know how long the audio was off. I hope when you said the championship standings that you were that people could hear you. Hopefully.
Yeah, not. Oh, Tarry's off. Some technical difficulties have occurred. I apologise for that.
My fault for checking the screen just now and not earlier to see if it was actually included. Kind of on me as well. As Mo spins and causes a yellow flag. Fins keeps going on the medium tyres. He's gonna. Do you think he could go on the softs towards the end as he slides on the
That's up
exit?
for P3 though. Oh, there's contact and Keselowski goes round at the Stoke corner, but Tom Gordon tucked up right behind the back of SoFresh. But SoFresh has got some pretty good straight line speed as we saw the lap previous, but it's Tom going round the outside and he makes no stick there.
Beautiful overtake from Tom, but this time he is a little bit more patient for trying to not attempt at overtaking as Vespa Jupiter goes into the pits. Because let's go, well, hopefully no damage for him as Vapid was having a look at Deton but couldn't get past him. Waiting, being patient, sliding it into the corner is around the outside goes, switches down to the inside and he gets a much better exit than Deton and gets past the McLaren. Keitaru making a mistake and he is behind Vapid now, so you can still see some interesting things happen.
Colonel Panic hits the back of Deton and the McLaren driver is in the infield. And Finn's pits from the lead as well.
Let's see what kind of lap tyres he's going to put. Is he going to go for hards or is he going to go for softs? Let's see. We're on board with him. Into the pits he goes. And it indeed is softs. So soft tyres for the man in the Alfa Romeo. The red car with red tyres stripped onto it now as Lord James sets the fastest lap on the hard tyre. But Fins on a much lighter car on soft tyres should be able to make some massive inroads. But the inroads he needs to make 4.3 seconds is the gap now to P2. Virtually P1. So Fins now needs to get a move on and catch and pass Lord James, who is on very low ERS deployment while Fins is basically full 100%. Tom Gorian is up to P4. He's one of the few drivers who does not have a penalty on his name. The other three ahead of him also don't have any penalties so far. So his teammate making a mistake, Keitaru, puts him into 8th place, unfortunately, and also with no ERS deployment available.
Yep, Skull Killer right behind the back of Tarrier here in the battle. Tarrier goes a bit wide into Chapel as Vapid is also making a move for P5. Just ahead of this. Vapid ahead of Start as Sigma Alonso comes into the pits from what was the lead of the race, and Star gets a 5-second penalty.
Fins has gained a second already, 1.3 seconds from the previous lap. 9 laps to go. Hopefully his tires will last the last couple of laps on a decent amount of pace, hopefully. This will be an interesting finale. It's already gained another 7/10 of a second as Inns gets past EBI.
Yeah, I was very close there.
He's done well to recover all the way up to P8 after starting, I think, 17th or 16th. I'm not too sure. He's done good to recover up to P10. Now is the Alfa Romeo driver. His teammate.
Side by side for P7 here. Through Woodcote and Sigma Alonso. Takes the position away from Tani, but that's going to allow the Alpine driver to get the DRS down the hanger straight. So is this going to be a battle that's going to resume on, or is the gap just going to be too much to get the DRS?
In the meantime, for the lead.
Oh no, never mind.
Fastest lap for Fins of 127.177. On the soft tyres, he's making massive inroads. He's gained 2 seconds on the previous lap alone on the Haas driver in the lead. So, lap 18, 8 laps to go, including lap 26, of course. It's going to be a very close finish, I believe, because hard tyres, 2 laps. All their hard tyres against soft. Softs do wear a bit quicker, obviously.
Battle for P6.
As Alonso gets past Scott Killer. Yep. Star another penalty. How many penalties does Star have? Pretty sure more than 10 seconds at the moment, so not ideal.
He's got 20 seconds of penalties.
Oh, dearie me.
So a lot of penalties there for the driver in the Red Bull.
Fins is closing up, but it's not enough to make an overtake.
Oh, it's side by side through Cops for P10. And Vesper Jupiter has gone round the outside, but the battle, is it going to continue into Maggots? And Vesper Jupiter takes the position as EBI gets a 3-second time penalty.
Lap 19 is now started officially as Fins is really, really close to Lord James's rear end as he has a look down the inside. He goes for the move. Very aggressive there, but maybe a little bit more patience there needed by Fins. Hopefully no damage done to any of the 2 cars. As opens up DRS, does Fins. Defending quite aggressively, moving quite a bit is James, but nothing he can do on those hard tyres against the fresh softs of Fins. And all Fins needs to do is streak away into the distance as quickly as efficiently as possible without getting penalties, as he is already trying to break the slipstream. And that's maybe put James off a little bit, because he's gone wide and he's lost a lot of time there. Oh, maybe that was a warning there, maybe. And he's over a second, he's already outside of the DRS range, but the detection point was a bit further ahead as Inns gets past Keitari, who's just absolutely dropped off like a stone in the last couple of laps, ever since he's made that small mistake, which has cost him dearly. So at the moment, we have quite a few cars looking into catching Tom Gorian, because Tom is slowly but surely being caught up by Vapid. The thing that goes in his favor is that Vapid and Panic both have penalties to their names. Tom doesn't. So at the moment, even if he were to be passed, as long as he stays 3 seconds within Vapid's and or Panic's race times, he should be able to finish third.
Whoa, Deton has had a moment there.
No damage onto his car, fortunately. So no safety cars. So this is one of the cleaner races we've seen in a long time. It's no safety car, no virtual safety car, just maybe a couple of spins over the course of the race by a couple of drivers. So nothing too major. And
yep, all 17 drivers still remain in the race, and it's side by side through Woodcote there for P5. Sigma Alonso and Colonel Panic. And it's the fast driver who
Yeah.
takes the position.
Alonso is really flying at the moment. He's on fresh mediums. He's done the reverse strategy, basically, to everyone else. And Vapid is still inching closer, and he's gained half a second on this lap alone. Now make that a little bit more. The gap is now down to 1.3, so Vapid will definitely challenge Tom over the next few laps if this trend keeps going. At the moment, for the lead, Fins is not getting away very quickly. He's sliding. He's slipping and sliding there on the exit. Hopefully, for him, it doesn't mean that the tires are starting to die off on him. Hopefully not, for his sake. But his car does seem to be a bit more unstable now, ever since he's made that pass for the lead. Vapikut now just about 1.1 seconds behind Tom Gorian for third place. Is he gonna be able to go gonna gain that tiny little bit amount of time he needs to go to stay within the DRS range? It is 1 second and 1 thousandths, goes up to 35 thousandths of a second above the second, and Tom manages to keep Vapid away from the DRS zone for one more lap. Tom's mediums now have 10 laps on them, while Vapid's hards are 8. But also another car that is catching up quite a bit is Alonso, who's dragging Panic along with him.
Oh, big mistake from Taddy through Chapel, and that has allowed Vesper Jupiter to get right on the tail, and they are side by side down the high straight.
He goes and makes the overtake stick. Yes, he does. Yeah, Kate Tarrier is not having a good day today, and he goes into the pits
as well.
Maybe take the fastest lap, maybe just tires not working the way he wants them to work. Not too sure about what's going on for Kate Tarrier. Not showing his best sides today, unfortunately. Ever since the pit stops, things have calmed down a little bit, and SoFresh gets a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. SoFresh retires from the session.
SoFresh retires in the pit lane.
That's a shame. That's a real shame there. I don't know why he's done that, as Vapakut has run wide and is being attacked by Alonso. And Alonso moves up to P4. Hopefully, SoFresh's car doesn't go back onto the track and cause some mayhem. Hopefully, it doesn't happen. But the Ferrari does go back on the track. Hopefully, he moves away. Tom is now being reeled in by Alonso.
Battle for P13 into the Cops corner. They're side by side, and EBI takes the position. Can Deaton have any fight back? He will get that DRS down the hanger straight.
Another time penalty. Another penalty for Kate Tarrier there. Down to 15th now. Yeah, not a good race for him.
Closing with that DRS. And retakes the position into the Stowe corner. Oh, bit of a twitch through it though. And the two of them side by side. Oh, it's a half spin from Deaton. Put too much power on too early. And that now means it's side by side into turn 1 between Taddy and EBI.
Contact! And
but there is
round.
contact.
EBI is round. And he's reset to track, I think,
safely enough, I think, yeah.
I think that was safe enough.
Panic lining up with the DRS potential on Vapid down into Stowe. Does he go for it? Not quite, but gets very close to the back of that Mercedes.
Alonso, after overtaking Vapid, has not been as fast as he used to be before, because Tom is still 1.2 seconds in front, as Jupiter gets another penalty in his name. Quite a lot of time penalties being handed out this evening. 1.1 seconds is the gap. Terrier, I think, has spun.
Yep.
And another time penalty for Star. Hopefully Star doesn't get disqualified. If he gets another
not
penalty.
Be ideal if that was to happen.
Pretty sure the alarm is already going off. And he might be one penalty away from a disqualification.
Yep, Vapid under pressure. Oh, very close. Colonel Panic is getting here. That's compromised his way through Chapel. Still going to get the DRS though, is the AlphaTauri of Colonel Panic. He has a look up the inside, and that is... yeah. Making a bit of a mistake there.
Sigma Alonso is almost within the DRS range of Tom. Pretty sure Tom is starting to feel the age on his tires. Still not within DRS range. Tom is doing a fantastic job in keeping Alonso out, as I think Terrier again involved in another spin. So this race has gone from good to absolutely one to forget for Terrier, unfortunately.
Oh, Vapid's made a mistake out of Cop's corner. That has allowed Colonel Panic to get right on the tail.
Watch out for the... We have the stairs quite a bit. Vapid has a fantastic exit through there. I think Panic may be waiting for the final lap to make an overtake.
Yep. Finn's starting that last lap, but it's Colonel Panic going up the inside into Stowe on Vapid Cook, but can he do a switch?
Keeps
quite.
a tight line, slows Vapid down quite nicely there. Smart overtake by Panic, who promotes himself into P5. Alonso seemingly not able to close in on Tom Gorian if Deaton gets another time penalty. And so far, ooh, something's happened. Deaton has crashed, I think.
McLaren.
Just caught that as EBI gets past Dr. Mo once again. Not too sure what's going on there. Anyway, ooh, as Vapid gets past Panic once again, we're gonna have to get this battle on screen at the same time, as Fins is almost about to cross the start-finish line. He's on the hangar straight now, as we're having Colonel Panic still having a go at Vapid, as Alonso as well is within a second of Tom, but it doesn't have any ERS deployment left. In the meantime, Fins is going through the final few corners. An absolutely amazing return from the Alfa Romeo driver from P6, finishes the race in first place and wins.
Side by side for P6 though. I mean P5, sorry.
P5 still. Oh, Vapid is a slide.
He just about saves the car.
Tom Gorian crosses the finish line now, just about. Ooh, you got really close there, Alonso, but it's not enough. Tom gets third place, and Alonso is in fourth. Fifth for Panic, sixth for Vapid, and Score Killer through the final turn to cross the line in P7. P8 for Inns, Vespa Jupiter is gonna cross the line in P9. Is gonna be enough to keep P9. It is Kezlesko, who just about lapped his teammate just there. Finishes in P9 because of Vespa's penalties.
Oh, EBI's out of fuel, I think.
Seems to be the case, as Star, first race, manages to finish the race in 11th place. And I don't know how many penalties Star has, but it's going to be an interesting sight to see at the standings. Kate Harrier, after starting in second place and being in third place for most of the race, is demoted by 10 positions, unfortunately for him, and crosses the line in 13th. Dr. Mo is in 14th. EBI, who's finished, is out of fuel, still gonna be able to cross the line, I hope. Very slowly makes his way towards the finish and finishes the race. And Deton is gonna cross the line eventually in last place out of the finishers. So fresh, the only retirement is signed as driver of the day. I disagree. I think driver of the day does indeed go to Finns, in my opinion. Who do you think? As he slips, falls on
yeah, it was
rear.
certainly a wonderful drive from Finns. Obviously not being able to attend since the first round, but he'll be happy with that, and
Congratulations to Finns, yeah.
the champagne.
Congratulations to Finns for winning the race. Congratulations to Lord James for keeping Finns under pressure, finishing in second place. Tom Gorian, a very well-deserved P3 as well. He only loses 3 points to Lord James in the standings. Tom retains the lead still. Still keeps the lead of the championship, I think. If I am correct, by a couple of points still. Standings will be published soon after. Yeah, 23 seconds time penalties for Stars. Just seeing that. Very good race, very interesting, very action-packed. A lot of stuff going on, especially before the pit stops. Next week, I think, there's already tickets being handed out. Vapid already sending in tickets against Tom Gorian. We're to see that things are still not over yet. But for us, it is. Tune in next week, I think. Do we have a next?
Next week we go to Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium.
Possibly one of the best circuits to have some close action. My personal favorite circuit, Spa, is going to be a very interesting race to see next week. Please tune in for that. Also, make sure to tune in on Monday for Papa Champs at 8 p.m. UK time for the gimmick Monaco races we're going to have there. The Rainbow Tire race and the No Rules race. If you're interested, tune in on the Papa Champs main channel. There's a link in the RFL channel. Tune in for that on Monday, and for next week on this channel, RFL, tune in for Spa round 6 out of 16. And the championship battle is heating up quite nicely indeed. And Cal, do you have anything else to add?
Well, thank you all for tuning in. And
Indeed.
hope that you can join us next week for the Belgian Grand Prix.
Indeed. So, yeah, just as Carl said, Have a good evening. Thank you, Cal, for joining me today. It's always
Thank you
it's
for
always
having
it's always
me,
great
and
to have you here with me. Enjoy the company, and hopefully we'll be there next week as well. And see you. Have a good night. Bye bye.
yes, goodbye, and see you next time.